Thank you so much for watching. Today is a much requested video. It is all about my contour and highlight routine, and this is one of the first, in fact this was the first video that I did over 2 years ago, and my contour routine has changed so much, as have the products that I use, and I definitely just wanted to do an updated video just to show you guys what my current contour and highlight routine is, and also what products I'm using, because this is definitely one of my favorite things that I love to do when I apply makeup. Now when I start this video, I do already have a base on, and for my base, you guys have seen me color correct my skin so many times. I always use the same concealer palette to apply the orange underneath my eyes and then to sort of spot treat my scars. But for my foundation, I have used this Tarte Cosmetics foundation, and this is an Amazonian clay 12-hour full coverage foundation, and I would honestly say this one is just as good as the Estee Lauder Double Wear in terms of its staying power. It's really good, and it also doesn't smudge. So I already have applied that onto my skin, and I've also just got a bit of mascara on, but obviously because I'm applying concealer, I haven't done any of my under eye makeup, and I'll do that all afterwards. So once I've shown you guys my contour and highlight routine, I am going to really quickly just talk you through some of the products that I use at the moment and some of the products I would really recommend you to use. Also, if there's any other specific makeup videos that you guys want to see or hair videos, then please leave comments below and I will film these for you. So let's get started. So first I'm going to apply my highlighter before I apply my contour, and I am going to be using this Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Concealer, and this one is really light, and that's why I really like it for the summer months, but it also has really good coverage. So I'm just going to apply this in my usual highlighting areas. And the next thing I'm going to do is apply my contour, and I'm going to be using the Artist of Makeup contour stick, and I'm just going to put this underneath my cheekbones, and I'm also going to do it down my nose and a little bit on my forehead. Now your contour should be in line with about the end of your eye. You don't want to be taking it any further down onto your cheek. Now because this is a little bit blunt, I am going to use a brush just to apply this down my nose. And I am using this Zoeva 317 brush, and it is basically just an angle brush. And using the same brush, I am just going to apply a little bit underneath my bottom lip, and that is actually going to make my lips look bigger. So now I'm just going to take my beauty blender and blend all of that away. When you're blending the contour on your forehead, you have to try and keep it as close to the hairline as possible, so kind of blend it upwards. Okay, so when you're blending with the beauty blender, just take extra time to make sure everything is super blended in, because you definitely don't want any lines anywhere on your face. We want it to look as natural as possible. I Okay, so now that it's blended in, I'm gonna set it with my Laura Mercier translucent fixing powder. And I know I used to use the Ben Nye banana powder a lot, but now all I use is this one. So I'm just gonna firstly set my highlight underneath my eye. And if you saw in one of my most recent videos, I basically loaded the powder on, and that is called sandbagging. And it basically soaks up any extra oils and makes sure that it doesn't crease underneath your eyes. So I'm just gonna do that now. And again, I'm still going to use the same beauty blender to apply this. So now that I've loaded the powder on underneath my eyes, I am going to set all my other areas as well, including the contour. So I'm basically just going to apply the loose fixing powder over where I applied the cream contour. So I am just going to leave this extra powder on my face now whilst I finish my contour. And to set my contour, I am using this Cargo Cosmetics matte bronzing powder. And I'm going to use this Zoeva face paint brush, and it's the number 109. And I'm just going to apply this over where I applied the cream contour. Now these kinds of brushes, as you can see, they're like the flat ones, and they give you a really sharp contour, especially on your cheekbones. So this is definitely a really good brush that I would recommend. So remember, when you're doing your forehead contour, make sure you're brushing up into your hairline, because that's the only way to get it looking as natural as possible. Now I'm just going to take this Real Techniques face brush, and I'm just going to sweep away any excess powder. Now just to add a touch of shimmer, I am going to be using this Mary Luminizer shimmer powder. It's not a shimmer powder, it's a luminizer, it's a highlighter. Oh, it does say shimmer. And I'm just going to use my Sigma F35 brush. Now for my nose, I only want to apply it on the bridge of my nose. So basically only this section here. I don't want to take it any further, because if I start applying shimmer down the end of my nose, it's going to actually make my nose look longer, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to apply it just here. Don't take it past sort of where your nostrils start. So now that I've finished my highlighting and contouring, I can now finish the rest of my makeup, which is basically just the underneath of my eyes now that my concealer is done, and my lips. So I'm just going to go finish that off, and I'll be back right now. There we go, I've finished off my makeup, and before I go, I just really want to quickly talk you through some of my favourite highlight and contour products right now that I use all the time. To be honest, there are so many different concealers that I use, but these are my favourites at the moment. And of course it is the Tarte Cosmetics Rainforest of the Sea concealer, and you've just seen me use this one, and the reason I like this one is because it's super light, so it is really good for the summer. Another one is the Tarte one again, and this is the Tarte 12-Hour Amazonian Clay Concealer, and this one is a really heavy duty concealer that never ever smudges, and I love the consistency of this one, and it's also like a pen, or a stick should I say, so it's really easy to apply. And this one will also last you all day, and it never creases either. And the last concealer I want to say that I love is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer, and as you guys know, I love the whole Estee Lauder Double Wear range because it has amazing staying power, and this concealer is exactly the same. I use this just like I use the Tarte concealer to highlight my areas, especially underneath my eye, and I find that this concealer absolutely doesn't move, and it's also really easy to blend. So these are my 3 favorite concealers at the moment, and what I love about all of them is that when I apply my concealer throughout the whole day, it will still look exactly the same, at the end of the day. So if you don't have these, then I definitely recommend you buying them. Now onto my contour. A contour stick, it is always the Artist of Makeup contour stick. I just find this one really easy to blend, and it's always like a go-to option for me. So this is definitely my recommended contour stick, and I always apply my cream contour before I set it with a powder. Now my favorite setting powders, I have two right now. So one is the Cargo Cosmetics one that you just saw me using on my face, and as you can see, I don't have a harsh orange contour, and that is because of this powder. It gives you a really subtle contour, so you don't have stripes down your face, and it does look really natural. So yeah, this one is definitely my go-to contour powder right now. But there's another one that I also want to recommend, and it is Hoola by Benefit. This is very similar to the Cargo one. It is matte and it will give you an absolutely beautiful contour. So I definitely recommend both of these contour powders if you don't already have them. Now you obviously don't need to buy both of them or all of the highlighters, but if you don't have any of them, then maybe just buy one and try it out and see how you get on. So there we go, that is my current highlight and contour routine, and it has changed loads over the years, and I have got new products, but this is currently the contour routine that I absolutely love, and I think it's definitely the one that gives me the most subtle kind of contour. So I hope you guys find this video really useful, and I am going to put links to all the products below so you can go ahead and buy them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.